Embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that I couldn't get this going properly. It's embarrassing. I said it. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that I couldn't get this going properly. Why are my AirPods in? They've got nothing to do with this. Okay. I know. I am an old man. I can't believe it was that difficult for me to figure out how to turn a camera on. But I tell you what, this time it wasn't my fault. YouTube was saying that my Logitech Brio was plugged in and was chosen, and then YouTube wasn't actually giving the image. So that one's not on me. I know a lot of these hiccups have been on me, and I'll take that. I'm not going to take this one, though. That's on you, YouTube. That's on you. YouTube, you done goofed. So we get my built-in camera on my MacBook Pro. That's fine. You know, whatever. I do probably need to turn up that light. It's because it just looks so grainy. Let me turn up that light. I'm just going to go turn up the light. Even though, I mean, I don't want it to be brighter. I like it being kind of chill. But it just has to be. It has to be brighter. It must be. It must be brighter. It must be. It must be brighter. Okay, ask me how many times I've knocked over the cat food water, or the cat food bowl, or the water for this feral cat. Ask me how many times. The answer, 1 million. Gosh, I've knocked over the water bowl here so many times. Am I from Detroit? I am not. I am from Maryland. The character Onyx is from Detroit, but that happened by chance. I was working on a podcast called Bizarre States, and I was looking for news. Weird of the Week is what we called it. And I came across a video that was talking about the Satanic Temple in Detroit. And it was right around the time Weird Gamer Guy went viral. And I looked at that news video, and as an editor, I thought, I could splice Onyx into that. And that was the first time I had the idea to not just shoot an Onyx video from scratch like Weird Gamer Guy, but to use an existing video and then splice him in that way. And I feel like that caused a great misunderstanding about the character. I feel like people think I'm trolling, that Onyx is out in the real world tricking news cameras. And I don't do that. It's more of an edit bit than it is a, man on the street kind of prank bit, if that makes sense. Well, I like how you're thinking, the D1 RTT Chronicles. Everyone increase our pledges. Fine by me. Zach, I was going to say it's impressive as hell that you did that in 2 takes. Talking about Worm. Thank you, Zach. TS Humor, I appreciate the humor. Well, thank you, Weekly Geekly. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm glad that you appreciate the humor as a member of the Satanic Temple. So, anybody watch the Raccoon Guy video? I really had a fun time making that. Did anybody watch the Weird Raccoon Guy video I put up today? Thought it was, I don't know. I thought it was funny. It's hard to, people send me videos like that and they're like, splice Onyx into this. And you'd think it was, you'd think it was easy, that like most news videos that are about a weird thing happening would work. But, oh, wow. If I donate 2K, will you put my face on a spooky portrait? What a good idea. I'm not even, seriously, hold on. Isaac, I got to screenshot that. Isaac, you should stay tuned to the campaign this week, because holy moly, there's a scene in the movie. Wait, maybe you know this? So, okay. What a good idea. Fudge. In the movie, you go into Bartok's study, and there's all of these artifacts. I'm going to put little Willie in there, but he's going to look all fried up like Chucky at the end of the first movie. And yeah, that is a great idea. Nate, those tears did go fast. And so there's like a portrait of Bartok, but there could be portraits of other prophets, other Satanists. And the whole scene is Onyx looking at everything on the walls. So of course I should do that tier. Golly, that's a good idea. Isaac, if I do that tier, I'm going to launch it this week, and it will be limited to, it'll probably be limited to 3. Because like I know I can show 5 gravestones. But I'm being realistic. As an editor, would I show more than 3 paintings, like for long enough to make the pledge worth it? So I think that one's going to be limited to 3. Well, I can't add the tier, Ken. I can't add it right now because it's actually a little bit of a process. And I've got somebody managing the campaign, and I need to talk with them, and they have to add the tier, and they have to, go in, and then I need to make an image to represent it. So Isaac Stringer, I mean, since it was your idea, how do I let you know when I post that? You know what, Isaac? I'll say this. You should email me. It's just andrew@andrewbowserdirector.com. You should email me, Isaac, because I probably would make this tier like Wednesday or something. And I'd want you to know, since it was your idea, and that there'll probably only be 3 slots. That's so funny. So can you do that, Isaac? I'll be catching you live, my man, but I'll email you as well. Okay, cool. Andrew@andrewbowserdirector.com, and say, hey, I'm the guy that had that idea. I have some pocket lint and 3 buttons. What tier is that? That's the friendship, no money tier. You just have it. You have it, and that's a beautiful thing. Somebody had so what brought up the idea that what Onyx's age is? Somebody said 31 in there. I like the sound of that because I'm older than that, but I think for me, Onyx is 33. But maybe that's also because that's, like, isn't that how old Jesus was? And I like the idea that in this movie, he's 33 because he kind of is like a prophet in the film by the end of it. Why I'm mapping it to the life of Jesus, the world will never know. And nobody would care but me. Maybe you're doing it already, but what about signed copies tier? I'm kind of planning on signing everything. That's the only thing. Like, yeah, I mean, when we get these Blu-rays, I'm just sitting there like, right. I should say that they're signed, but yeah. Oh, and let me say something about the video today. A lot of people from Michigan have pointed out that Onyx says Michigonian. Oh, hold on 1 second. I got to give keys to, hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. Michigander. Okay. I have been told so many times that it's Michigander. But you have to understand, part of Onyx's thing is to always choose like the fringe approach. So, right. Like Michigonian just sounds funny. Like Onyx saying like Michigander. It's almost like, okay, I did a rap parody video years ago for the Washington Capitals, because that's my hockey team. And the nickname for their rivals are the Penguins, right? But in the rap video, I call them the Gwins because it's funnier. And everybody was like, that's not what they're called. They're Pens, the Pens. It's not about the logic. It's not about the reality. It's too mainstream for Onyx. Exactly. He'd be the one person in Michigan that's like Michigonian, and they're like, you're a Michigander. Nah, I'm a Michigonian. You might be a Michigander, but I'm something else altogether. So that's where that comes from. I have reached out to other YouTubers. Dead Meat featured the Kickstarter in one of their podcasts. At Barry Trotz. Yeah. So I am literally texting Churdleys as we speak. Like, he's texting me while I'm doing this live stream. So hopefully we're going to do something really funny for the last week of the campaign. Oh yeah, featuring people's names over the credits. Onyx reading everybody out loud. Well, there's a fine line between I don't want like the mentioning of the names and the involvement of the rewards to like to become too obvious in the construct of the film. I know it'd be the credits, but you know, you want it to still feel kind of like standalone and evergreen. And I don't want to push it with getting too many mentions because I'm worried it'll start to feel like obvious. Thank you, Irish Stevo. Thank you, Jeremy, for talking about the. I missed a super chat already. Hold on, let me scroll back up. Oh, Animal, thank you. I think I'm going to sign everything. You know, so yeah. What else are we talking about? Here's where somebody asked how I'm feeling. Okay, I'm feeling really good. I have been told by multiple people that that I'm over some of the hardest hurdles, and that we have to start focusing on, which brings me to the point of this live stream. We have to start focusing on what those final 48 hours look like. Elijah, thank you. I love the small odds that carry something like without holding hands, stutter payoff. Oh yeah, thank you. Here's a story about the worm stutter payoff, right? I want to get to 380 tonight. I should say that. Oh my gosh, I didn't even start this live stream with any amount of housekeeping. Let's start with the housekeeping. I want to get to 380 tonight. That puts us still squarely on track from what my goals have been, what my estimates are. 380, 380, 380 tonight. OnyxTheMovie.com. We added some really fun new tiers today. I think there's two still available. We had a name, which is super cool. Onyx is going to say your name within the context of the, because there's at least 5 instances where he says, I used to have a crush on Bonnie Love Rodriguez when I was a kid. You just change that name to your name. And there's bullies that he can talk about, that he can use their name. Yeah, there's so many instances. And then we did a gravestone cameo because there's 2 scenes in a graveyard. Let me see if there's any gravestone cameos left. That wasn't my idea either. That was somebody from chat, right? Somebody else came up with that idea. Okay, there's only 2 left of the gravestone cameo tier for $2,000. If you back at $2,000, your name will be on a gravestone in the movie. There's 2 scenes that happen in the gravestone. One, when they're digging for the talisman, and we're going to go through the graveyard and find Farah and Bartok as they're digging up the next grave. They've been digging up in the graves in the graveyard looking for the talisman. There was a body buried with the talisman around their neck. So it makes perfect sense that we go from one hole in the ground with a tombstone to the next, to the next. Then what's super cool is, Elijah, you grabbed the name cameo. Awesome. That's great. Then I'm going to be saying your name in the movie. That's great. Scared to Death podcast. I have not. Let me screenshot that comment. But let me get back to the stutter in Worm. He was always going to have a stutter, but when I got on that scooter to go from whatever location I was at to the airport, it was such a long ride, even if I went over the speed limit. And this is the other trick. I'm not on a motorcycle. The character, like he's looking like this, and the camera sees a motorcycle, right? But then I turn around, and as I walk toward the I wish you had an investment advisor that was crypto friendly NFT somewhere. You know, I do have some crypto art up. I just haven't put the link out yet. I'll do it. Thank you, Alex. Doubling the pledge. We're so close. I mean, the idea that we're 10 days out. I talked to somebody today that thought we were in great shape, and they've run like 10 Kickstarters. He was like, I think you're in great shape. Keep doing what you're doing. Focus on a big party at the end. That's what I want to talk about tonight. Crypto has a tier reward. Yeah, like you get the crypto. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh yeah, and if you give for the Onyx shout out, you can have me say whatever in it. You know what I mean? I'm going to be pretty loose with that. So I'm off track. Okay, so I saw the motorcycles over my shoulder so that the camera sees it. And then when I go to get on the motorcycle, it's already been swapped out for a scooter because I couldn't ride the motorcycle. It was too heavy. It was a Harley Road King. And I got on it. I've only ever ridden scooters, Vespas, and mopeds. And I got on this Road King, and I was like, not happening. It was such a beefy bad boy. Such a beefy bad boy. I know the Blu-rays are going to be region free, and we will be able to ship international. So yes. Anyway, the stutter. So I got on that bike to go to that airport, and I remember in the moment being like, man, this is a long drive, especially because I'm going scooter speed. And I was like, I'll just have to figure something out later. There's nothing I can do. It just takes that long to get there. And I ran red lights. And then in post, I thought about, it was such a weird little gift that the character already had this, problem that he wished he could get worked out. And from earlier in the movie, remember, Maverick says, if you can say, let my daughter go, I'll let her go. And he can't say it. And he's like, let my daughter go. And it's just, ooh. So the idea that on that ride, he's actually working that out so that he can show up at that airport and say it. I loved, and that was an idea in post. That was an ADR idea. That's awesome, Scott. The I-backed photo has worked. I really think the I-backed, and you should too, photo has really worked. Nate, you are exactly right. The fact that I had, and even that was an accident because I didn't want that skull helmet. I wanted this helmet where you could still see my face because my initial thought was you got to be able to see his emotions. But then we got this skull helmet that went down to here, and I was like, fudge, great. And then it wound up being a blessing in disguise. That's one of the reasons why, not to like wax too poetic, but that's one of the reasons why I love filmmaking. There's these things that are revealed that are truly coincidental, and yet they feel like someone planned them. And you constantly have to be looking for those things. Perfect example. When somebody brought up the tombstone reward as an idea, I thought, well, it's a good idea, but I don't know that I'm going to show many tombstones. But then I realized, wait a minute. Bartok and Farah have been in this mansion for a long time. They've been trying to find the map that will show them where the talisman's buried. They've probably been improvising over the years, digging up graves randomly. And so that would both make sense from a story perspective, and it makes room for the reward. So now I'm learning about like filmmaking by way of Kickstarter rewards informing the creative. That's an interesting thing. And I'm not enough of a mystical thinker to see those as God-wincidences or even destiny or fate. I don't know what they are, but they're these nice little things that are reaffirming that you're on the right track. So am I confident that we will reach the 500? I can honestly say yes at this point. And it might just be because I got off the phone with like an expert who's run 10 other campaigns. but they were very confident. They were very confident. They were like, they actually thought that, you know, even though a lot of this campaign has been improvised, you know, we'll get an idea and we'll move on it. Oh, Natasha, the name cameos. I panicked this morning because I went to go look at those name cameos and I didn't see them. And I was like, but I just made a video announcing them. I'm going to look so stupid. We didn't put them there. We stayed up working on it. Did we not click save? And then I realized that they were already sold out. And once a tier is sold out, it pushes it down to the bottom. So in the movie, he does not live in his mom's garage. He's got a proper bedroom, but he does live at his mother's house. Natasha, you know, I guess we could try to do more of those names. I just don't know if we can do any more because there's really only 5 places to mention a person's name. Okay. Jameson, good question. I noticed you get quite a few donations when you go live. Oh yeah, you know, Gary, you think I should have made the name cameos more expensive? But yeah, I don't know. For some reason, 750 felt like the sweet spot. No, the money. Okay, the money that goes to my YouTube channel will. This is how do I explain? Will it go toward the movie? Yes and no. It will go towards Bowser vids because I use the money from the YouTube channel to pay actors, like the people that were in the raccoon video, the people that did the VFX on the raccoon video to make the demon's eyes blink, sound designer for the back end of the raccoon video. That comes through Bowser vids. So if you're giving here, it will support Bowser vids. It will not get us closer to the Kickstarter goal. So you really want to go to onyxthemovie.com to give to the Kickstarter. That's the way to get us. We want to be at 420 this week by Friday. 420 Friday, baby. 420 Friday. Light them up. Light them up. That's the best way to move us forward. So, oh, Jake, I just realized when Ricky says, Sheriff Worm will put 2 in your head before you can get a word in edgewise. Yes, exactly. I'm big on people foreshadowing their own death. You know, and spoiler alert. Can I talk spoilers? Fudge, dude. Well, how many people were here for the live script read? So how many people already know everything that happens in the movie? Because I want to tell you some cool foreshadowing that happens in the movie. I'm just going to do it, okay? Well, this is subtle and it doesn't matter, but like Mr. Duke and Shelley are both stepping up to the podium to do the Book of Blood ritual. And they both step forward and Mr. Duke says, "Oh, after you." He later dies after Shelley. I mean, that's minor, but the big one is that Bartok goes on and on and on about how he can't kill Farah, but he can cut off her head and keep her head in Nazarene glass for eternity. And let's just say that foreshadows something, if you remember. So will the movie be canon? I commented on the Kickstarter asking if you have to scrap the Onyx set because at the end of the movie, he lives in the mansion. Well, this wouldn't be where Onyx lives in the movie anyway. You know, everything that has existed for Onyx up to this point, they've been like these little bridges to get him to the next level and to keep him alive, keep life in the character until the next iteration of him. So this set is the current iteration. What I want to see happen is that the movie gets made, and that really cements what I maybe would call the true canon. That is like, we finally really see who his dad is. We really see who his mom is. We really see his home life, the meat hut, not Arby's, which is a crazy retcon. But if you're going to create your own fictional world, it's going to have to be something made up, and it can't be Arby's. So for me, the movie is what I want to see as Onyx canon moving forward. And the funny thing is, that means he's kind of, you know, he's in a supernatural sci-fi horror reality, which is kind of wild to think because he was a character that was introduced in such a grounded way, the news, you know, Real world. I walk down the street. He's at E3. He's out on the street in Detroit at the Satanic Temple. Elijah, if you bought a shirt from Todd a few years ago, first of all, thank you. But whoo, good luck getting that, dude. Todd is a con artist. So it's funny to take him from a news video where he is in the most grounded real world environment, but really take him to a place of higher fiction. But you know what else I like about what the movie does? Shadow Zone season 2, if this pops off. Well, I've said it a number of times and I'm sorry, but Shadow Zone, you know, is over. It was canceled and I can't make more Shadow Zone without Nerdist wanting to make more Shadow Zone. Could they? Maybe. Could I buy the show from them? Maybe. Now, I probably couldn't, but maybe an investor could, right? I don't know. Jessamine and Miss Margot are still canon. I mean, in my heart, it's all canon, but it's like canon in these kind of compartmentalized ways. You know what I mean? I would never say that Weird Gamer Guy is not canon just because eventually Onyx becomes like a, you know, immortal being. The script rewrite is coming along well. I've definitely trimmed it down, but it's messy. I trimmed it down in a messy way. I went in and just like, you know, like hacked it down. Welcome to the Shadow Zone. Could I call it something different? Could I call it Enter the Darkest Realm? Something like that. Maybe. It's so dicey though, because what you want out of Shadow Zone is you want Jessamine and Todd. So yeah, I got to look into the legality of that because you know I want Jessamine and Todd. Not only do I love those performers, but I do love those characters. Onyx is an immortal being. We love him. Would you call this the messy cut? The script as it is now? Yeah, it's the messy cut. Welcome to the Shadow region. Now entering the region of shadows. But here's the other thing I like about what the script does, if I'm just going to compliment my own ideas, I guess, is the DOA on the Disciples of Abaddon intentional? Oh, Marty, that's another instance of foreshadowing. Hell yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. My cane. Yes. Disciples of Abaddon, DOA. Oh, cool. Well, it means you're going to die, my dude. Okay, how much more cash do I need for the movie? I think we're at 370. What are we at? Onyx Multiverse. Oh, don't get me started. I love that. But don't let me forget, I wanted to talk about what else the movie does that I like in regards to where it puts the character. Let me just check the Kickstarter real quick. Could we get to 380 during this live stream? I know this live stream is not much of an event. It's just me yapping, but we only need 3,000 more, 3,400 more dollars. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, that's a lot to get, but if two more people chose that tombstone, if we knocked out the rest of those tombstone cameos, then we're hitting 380 right now. So consider it. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? But it's got to be your actual name. Like you can't choose the tombstone tier and then be like, my name is Lil Winky. And I'm like, oh fuck. Now I got to put Lil Winky on the tombstone in my Onyx movie. But as I said that, I actually think that is a great idea. So, you know, maybe it should be. Maybe it should be Lil Winky. Vinyl album of the soundtrack. I know it's just, that may be a stretch goal, but it's so expensive to get vinyl pressed. Sorry, I saw another question I wanted to respond to. So can somebody do the math for me since I'm on the live stream? How much do we have left for 500,000? I'm horrible at math. 376.6. So what do we have left to go? How much cash? If I upped my pledge during your gold pin campaign, can I still up it to receive the pin? Well, but you're receiving the pin, right, Ian? Huh. I'm not sure if I know what you mean. Okay, 124. Really? 124? Ooh, that's good. I don't know. I know it's still a lot of money, but there's just something about it being 124,000 when you've already gotten to 375, 376. Like, that it just feels more attainable. But step one is getting a 380 tonight. onyxthemovie.com, onyxthemovie.com. Step one's getting a 380 tonight. I thought the raccoon vid would push us a little further. I'm really happy with it, but I thought it would push us a little further. However, I'm shooting a second news video that doesn't break the format, and I'm shooting that on Saturday. He still pitches the movie, but it doesn't break the format. He pitches the movie like within the format of the news video. So it almost just feels like he kind of just like used being on the news to pitch his movie. So I'm shooting that one this Saturday. Are you worried that people will see the time left versus the funding left and not back? No, because everyone has told me that this is exactly how it goes. And that most of the money that you get for a Kickstarter is in the first week and the last 72 hours, they say. Okay. This is what I want to talk about. Those last 72 hours, right? I have not watched Spookies yet. Okay. Last 72 hours. We got to do a big live stream in the last 48 hours or 24 hours, really. I'm going to get on here. I'm telling y'all now. I'm going to get on here that last day, that Thursday, probably starting at like 5 p.m. And I'm just going to go live. If not until the campaign's over, I'm going to go live for like a bunch of hours, sleep for a little bit, and then go live until the campaign's over. I mean, I guess I could try going live for 24 hours, but I got to be honest. Would I snap? That's the thing. You don't want to get yourself to a point where you're live on YouTube and you're like, come on, we're so close. Why doesn't anyone believe in me? What's going on with my life? You know, you don't want to get there on a live stream. So I kind of want to like take it in shifts. Sleep cam. Right. Exactly. So my question is, if I do a 12-hour long live stream, say I go 9 to 9, what do you want to see on that live stream? I mean, it's really going to be me alone. I thought we could watch all the Onyx videos, even episodes of Shadow Zone. We could do improv. I will go between Bowser and Onyx. I could. I mean, what else could I do? Am I already out of ideas on what to do on that final live stream? Watch some movies. You don't have to be present for the whole 24. Get some cameos. Yeah, it's a little difficult to get people to cameo and show up, you know. Guests. I mean, I agree, Brian. Thank you. I know I need to get some guests. Yeah, I'm supposed to do watch-alongs on Twitch every Wednesday night, but I will say, I think this Wednesday night, it might be better spent doing an AMA. I'm going to do an AMA on Reddit this Wednesday night. The split screens, when I talk to Bowser or when I talk to Onyx and Onyx talks to Bowser, I love them too. But it really is like difficult to edit. Yeah, it takes a lot of time to edit the split screen stuff. You're timing out two different performances that overlap. Yeah, Edward, right. Like getting guests for the live stream, it's going to be a lot of the people that are, you know, they'd have to be people that are accessible to me. Release the Grammy cut. That's great. I'm just trying to think of what that is. What is that final 12 hours? Just hang out? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it'll just be kind of like y'all telling me, like, I'll just be here, and maybe it'll be me getting on TikTok for a while. Maybe it'll be, oh my gosh, do a shot every time I get a donation. At my age, I'll be, 3 donations in and I'll go to sleep. That's like I don't think I will drink at all that final week, really. Big counter in the background. Good idea. Good idea, Nate. Elijah. Yeah, do a seance. I should be writing these down. Shoot. Wait, let me go and get my phone. A beer for every 1,000 from someone who can't digest gluten. Bong rips for 420. Okay, hold on. Let me get my phone so I can write these ideas down. Okay, final live stream ideas. Guests. Watch old videos. What else did we say? Guests. Watch old videos. Seance. Toilet flushing. JK. Tiny wines. Oh, prank calls. Oh my gosh. That's wild. Musical guest. That would be difficult. I don't know that I could. What should we plan for the live stream when we hit the goal? Ooh, yeah. Just a party. Just a rager. Do a TikTok where you threaten to kill Onyx. I mean, I probably will do that. I'm in so much more of a positive space. I don't even feel like I need to make the joke that I'm going to kill Onyx. I mean, because the reality is, if we don't get the film funded, I am retiring Onyx. But I really think we're going to get the film funded now. So I'm not even in the headspace of like playing with the language of that. You know what I mean? Different stuff every hour, Brian. Yeah. Liv, Kelsey, Stanger. Totally. Yeah. Live calls. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I could get on stereo. And everybody could yeah. Stereo app. Okay, that's a good idea. Love from Scotland. Thank you, Lindsay. Make it a musical. Oh, I could do some karaoke, but would I get shut down for singing stuff? 5 p.m. AMA this Wednesday, but I got to get the subreddit link. I'll post it. Okay, this film is a done deal. Well, not quite yet, but this big push. This will be a big push. 420 at 420. Is the cast for the script read going to be the same as the film? Good question. Maybe yes, maybe no. There are some people from that script reading that I really hope will be in the film, but then there are some that I don't know if they would be. I don't know. It's up in the air. Onyx talking to the news about what happened in Bartok's mansion during and after the credits. That is a funny callback. Oh man. Can we watch Little Willie? Yeah, what do you mean, on the live stream or now? Oh, if it's live recordings, the karaoke will not be removed. Okay, interesting. Let us know how we can help. Thank you. Just spread that onyxthemovie.com. 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 That's what we need. Post-credit screen scene. There is kind of a post-credit scene, right? Right. Yeah, but let me write that down. The hard thing is not to get too like in world, but I don't know that the news would be aware of what happened. You know what I mean? Because it's like supernatural stuff that would kind of have to be hidden. It's not like the end of Monster Squad. Oof, but that would be a good callback to Monster Squad. If it did end with, we're the Monster Squad. And they're on the news saying that. Make a full video about his life is pretty funny. Oh, yeah. Bar talk workout vid. Yeah, you give a certain amount and you get the actual video of him his workout P90X thing. Yeah. Arby's mukbang. Holy hell. Y'all want me to pass out on this live stream. If I'm drinking beer, doing shots, and eating Arby's, the live stream is going to last 18 minutes. We got to go all night. This live stream is going to be like, me with some bulletproof coffee and water and a ketogenic meals in little containers spread out. This would not be the time to get slashed. You know what I dig? Maybe a watch along of Worm and just do commentary. Yeah. I got to figure out how to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I guess I have to run that through OBS and do it proper. Like, I can't just get on here and do a watch along with YouTube content, can I? How much of a grandpa am I? Can that be done? Am I wearing pants? You'll never know. Yeah, I'm wearing sweatpants. I'm wearing sweatpants. All night rager. You got to get some YouTubers and professional celebrities to make cameo appearances in the movie. Well, the movie's a small cast, because I wrote it during the pandemic and I didn't know what would be doable. So I wrote it really small. It's 7 people in a house. I don't know if there's room for many YouTube and other celebrities. I mean, I'd love some celebrities to be in the film, acting in it for sure. And the movie with the line, "I truly am Onyx the Fortuitous and the Talisman of Souls." Please tell me Olivia Taylor Dudley will be in the movie. Well, I mean, that would be peachy if she was, and I hope she will be. But all of that will be determined once we get our budget and once we actually move into pre-production and get details worked out. But obviously I love her to death. So she'd make a wickedly talented Farah, to quote John Travolta. Am I doing all the voices for other characters in the movie? I wanted to do the voice of the demon that talks, the little box demon, the one that's like, "Tell me our secrets, blah, 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 blah." Just because I thought that voice was kind of representative of, his own self-loathing and self-hatred. But I would want Ryan Stanger to be the voice of Abaddon, the demon. A D&D session during the live stream. Okay, that's not a bad idea. Although I will say, don't take my nerd card away. I've really only played D&D like twice in my life. I mean, meaning I've done like 2 campaigns. So I get a little uncomfortable because I'm so... God, I keep breaking my talking cane. I get a little uncomfortable playing D&D because I'm just not accustomed to it. It wasn't my... just wasn't in my like wheelhouse of things I did growing up. Did you ever think about covering myself in Crisco oil, getting inside a sleeping bag and slithering around? I'll tell you, Robert, I have not ever thought about doing that because I hate that sensation. Ugh. I hate the sensation of like, you're already covered in something gooey and then there's fabric on top of you. Like putting on sunscreen, even just like around your neck, and then your shirt sliding up and down over the slickness of your sunscreen on your skin. I don't like it. I don't like it. Can we pay more to have our name in the credits in a different color? I never thought of that, but that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Like you'll be highlighted in a different color in the credits. Tiny Wines for money. Tiny Wines. Thank you, Beanzo. So here's the things to think about. 1, AMA this Wednesday night, 5 p.m. PST. Courtney, what do you think I should add at 175? Oh, hey, Chuckins. to answer your question, she was wearing a mask because she had to do the live stream from a friend's house, and she was just being safe. She had to be in a friend's house, distance from them, but still at somebody else's house for about 3 hours. And it happened to be the 3 hours that I asked her to do this live stream. So she masked up. So she was just being responsible. That's the thing is, you can't make judgments based on not having all the information. And a lot of people were making judgments as if they had information that they did not have. So I'm screenshotting some of these other ideas. These are really good. These are really good. Personal shout out. That's part of it. Personal shout out videos are already part of the campaign. They're already in there. I feel like I missed a really good question. Signed Tiny Wines. I can't give out alcohol. That's like a really strict Kickstarter rule. A tier where a backer can have their voice recorded like a quote. So when one of the main character's souls being sucked into the talisman. So like as they're being sucked into the talisman, it's like, and like it says something. Maybe, but that would affect creative in a way that might be difficult to make sure I could work that into the film. Meat Hut kids meal toy and box. Holy crap. That's a great idea. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Screenshotting that. What else? What else are people thinking? Live stream Porty. Live stream Porty. Live stream Porty. Thursday. For 12 hours, probably. I'll probably try to go 9 to 9, right? But that doesn't make sense because then you're not going live till midnight East Coast. Okay. I think what it would need to be is going live like all day Thursday, taking a break to sleep, and then getting up at like 5. Yeah, right? That's what would make sense, I think. And then going again. Onyx reads the Raven. Oh, that's true. Live stream. Onyx can just like read famous quotes. Yeah. I can spend the whole 12 hours trying to get Grammy Boy out. For sure. Let me write that down. Onyx reads the Raven. That's hilarious. Okay. What are we doing? Where are we at? People don't. Oh, game over. Stream lab. Okay, I'll look into that. Oh wow, Lindsay doing a live stream where people can donate to wake me up. Interesting. Do a solid 24 hours. Whoa. Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess I will, right? I mean, I like how I started this saying I'm going to do 2 shifts, but you're right. How would I not just go live for 24 hours? How would I not just go live for 24 hours? I'd have to. 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. Oh, boy. Tenacious D is without a doubt an inspiration. For sure. Hard yes on that. Oh, if we could get to 380 tonight. Oh, if we could. OnyxTheMovie.com. OnyxTheMovie.com. Where are we? 376, 800. I at least got to stay on this live until we get to 377. Someone get those tombstones. Someone go get those tombstones. Don't you want those tombstone cameos? Oh. Okay. What other questions people have? Electro Mariachi on TikTok. Okay. I'll look into that. Come on, 380. An Onyx Meat Hut apron and name tag. There is a Meat Hut shirt and hat tier. Or at least it's a hat. Meat Hut hat. Have I ever tried contacting Tenacious D? I have not. I think they'd be pretty hard to get to because, Jack Black is a A-list celebrity. It'd be very hard to get direct contact with him. Why can't you see past videos? What do you mean, Ron Pete? What do you mean? What do you mean? Merkins, what do you say? What are you saying? We have an Alexa Mini would look real good. Wait, what specifically? I might have missed whatever comment you're referring to. You could make an interview of the people that backed out and why they wanted the film to be. A video about the film. Oh, totally. Yeah, like maybe even before then, right? Like, people have tweeted at Jack Black. People have been sharing the campaign and atting him, but I mean, think about how many tweets they get about this stuff. I did contact Elvira, and she was not available due to a prior commitment. People have tweeted at Seth Rogen about the campaign too. We've also written Angry Video Game Nerd. Yes. Mr. Beast, I still have not. All spam certain people. Well, I don't want anybody to get spammed. That can very quickly have the negative response, the opposite response. Oh yeah, no, Merkin, I know what the camera is. I just didn't know what you were offering up exactly. Any word from Ramey? I am in contact with their office, their production company, semi-regularly about some other projects, and there's somebody over there that's a fan of Onyx, but I don't think Talisman of Souls will be a fit for them. Haven't reached out to Gerard Shui. I shared your Meat Hut ad with the Munch Squad. Nice. Try to get the McElroy's fans to see it. Nice. Well, props to be dispensed after the production wraps. At the high tier of 10,000, when you're an executive producer, you get a prop. But it's hard to like offer up a lot of those because there'll be the talisman, there'll be a dagger, there'll be there's a lot of props. But I don't want to give like somebody, like a fake Meat Hut burger. They may not be stoked on that. Like you want to give people cool stuff. Glad to see me healthy. Oh, well, thank you. Was I unhealthy? Gerard Way could be the gateway to Kevin Smith. Are they connected? If Onyx says, shut up, Michaela, I'll up my pledge to 100 from 30. Shut up, Michaela. Not quite Onyx. It's just me in with his voice, but Meatloaf. I don't want to approach Meatloaf until we've got the money. So once we finish the campaign, Isaiah, you just mean like going through the campaign? Yeah, I mean, it's been a lot, but I don't think I've ever felt particularly unhealthy during this. I think I've just been tired but excited. Maybe I could have Dead Meat come into the live stream. Maybe I could get some guests. Love Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon would be a good bar talk. Wait, we only need 967 to get to 380? No, that's not true. Is it? Did we pop up? Did I miss us popping up? No, we still have like thousands of dollars left to get to 380, right? Yeah, bacon ain't faking. Yeah, we need like $3,000. Unfortunately, I've got to eat dinner. Merkins, I mean, let's talk. There's got to be something we can do. I need all the collaborations and help I can get. For sure. Amy Poehler should be in this. Sometimes people in chat tell me to answer someone, and then it sends me on this wild goose chase where I scroll up looking for who you're talking about, and I don't see the question. So sometimes I'm just like, oh, the lunchbox. That's true. Oh yeah. Hernan Cortez, you sent me a DM on IG. To which account? Andrew Bowser, director, or Onyx the Fortuitous? Let me know. 381. What are you talking about? Y'all are trolling me. How do we get to 381? What happened? Did somebody take a tombstone? Oh, what happened? Did somebody take a tombstone? Woo! What happened? I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to look. What did we get? What did we get? Did somebody take a tombstone? No, it wasn't a tombstone. Wow. Well, what was it? 382? What's happening? Well, Mr. the Dude, I know what you're saying. You're saying you don't know if it's real. I just try to take every backer as legitimate. I don't want to assume that anyone's putting in a pledge to pull it out and goof on me. Obviously my fear is that, but I'm trying to be positive, trying to think like I'm winning. You know what I'm saying? Think like I'm winning. And you got to in this last week. Oh, last 2 weeks. Saying last week freaked me out. Woo! So I did not ask God for help, but no. I know, Mr. the Dude. You're not being negative. It's a valid question to have. But definitely. Bebop Rocksteady, you have my pledge. Thank you. I'm screenshotting. Some people are suggesting stuff. William, calm down. Who's Danny Mullen? What's happening? Anyway, yeah, what happened? What got us that bump, right? Will the Blu-ray Plus features be signed? I should specify, but I'm planning on signing everything. I'm planning on signing everything. You know what I mean? I mean, not everything. I'm not going to sign every t-shirt, but I'm just saying, like, what's going to happen is we're going to have boxes of this stuff in this garage. And yeah, I'm going to sit and sign them. Okay, I will look up Danny Mullen. I will. How did we get to 382? I wish I could figure it out, but just by looking at the page, it's really hard to deduce where it came from. But think about this. I mean, okay, I've got another incentive planned. This is something everybody should know. I've got another incentive planned like that pin, but it's a piece of art. It's this really cool art print that I'm going to release for one day for anyone that ups their pledge by a certain amount. And that's going to happen later this week. And it's a really cool illustrated piece of art that I actually wanted to have done for Onyx for a long time. And I just now got it commissioned, and it's getting done. It's finished. They're finishing up the design tonight. And I do have some people in line to help with the physical rewards. We've already got contacts at every places, at all the places, t-shirts, pins. We know who's making each of the items. Zach, what was Zach's comment? Sorry. This is an example of me not having seen it, and now I got to go looking for it. I'd be signing it as Bowser probably, but should I sign it as Onyx? There's going to be stretch goals if we get closer to 500, but I've been told don't announce stretch goals until it looks like you're closer to 500. I missed Zach's comment, and I can't find it. I'd have to see it retyped. 382. Whoa, that's great. I mean, if we get to 390 tomorrow, what is that, Tuesday? Oh, if you went on Timcast, or I'm doing film analysis on Worm, I'd love a comment from the director. Oh, Zach, you a comment from Worm? Write me at andrew@andrewbowserdirector.com. Andrew@andrewbowserdirector.com is my email address. 382. Oh man, and if we got to 390 tomorrow, my goal for this week is 420. That puts it so within our reach. I've got this art print incentive planned, and then I've got something else planned that I'm not ready to talk about yet. I sound like a real YouTuber now that I'm teasing. Not ready to talk about it, but something big is coming. Bye. That's like every YouTuber ever. onyxthemovie.com, onyxthemovie.com, onyxthemovie.com. I've got some really fun stuff planned this week. And then the AMA on Wednesday, the art print incentive, maybe Thursday or Friday. And then Dr. Rob, glass guy. Thank you. And Andrew Bowser, director, IG. Okay, Hernan, I'll look that up. I'll do the art print to up my pledge. Thank you, Courtney. It's really cool. It's really cool. The name of the website's onyxthemovie.com. If you missed it, if you're nasty, if Bruce McCullough doesn't play Onyx's father, I would want Clint Howard or Bobcat Goldthwait to play his dad. Daniel, good question. Do I have plans for the weekend? Because they've been very, very slow. Yes. The plan that I have after the art print is kind of something for the weekend. My computer's about to die. My power cable's over there, but I feel like things are going good. I don't want to sign off. Oh, but I probably should. How's the film going? Well, it's a Kickstarter at this point. It's not yet a film, but if we get funded, it will be a film. I think I'm going to try to go live every night this week, just so everybody knows. So, but Wednesday night, AMA, 5 p.m. I'll put up what subreddit it's going to be on soon. I'll take a picture as Onyx, and it'll be like, join me, you know. Okay, onyxthemovie.com. I'm so happy that we got to 382. Gosh, I really want to know what tiers bumped us. That's really interesting. I'm telling you, I really think getting this close, once we hit 400, I mean, I'm telling you guys, look, I wrote this down earlier, and this is vulnerable for someone like me, but I wrote this down earlier because I have a hard time thinking like I'm winning. But somebody told me for this week, you really got to think like you're winning. So I wrote this down, and I'm going to be setting it right up here so that I go into this last 2 weeks. I'm looking at this and responding accordingly. Every decision we're making from here on out is as if we are heading toward 500. Okay. No more decisions that are like, I don't know. Oh God, should I pull the plug? We are heading to 500. We've got plans on how we're going to get there, but we're winning and we're heading to 500. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that the live reading helped. I really love all these comments. All the ideas for the final party are great. And let's do it. Okay. onyxthemovie.com, onyxthemovie.com.